Hi everyone, happy Victober. I hope that your Victorian reading is treating you so very well. And today I'm going to talk about the next in my top 10 Victorian novels, and that is Dombey and Son by Mr. Charles Dickens. This is, I think, my most favorite Dickens novel. Now, what is so crazy about this is prior to BookTube, I don't think I had heard about this one. I didn't hear anyone talk about it. And were it not for Katie at Books and Things talking about this, it would have taken me a long, long time to get to it. And so it was such a treat because the Dickens that I read before this was Little Dorrit. And I would never say I disliked Little Dorrit, but it just didn't have that spark that Great Expectations had. And so I was hoping, you know, to have another one that would kind of hit a home run. And so I read Dombey and Son, and it just swept me away, heart and soul. And I really liked, you know, I said how Great Expectations stands out on its own, and I feel this one just stands out so much. And it's such compelling work. So this starts out where Mr. Dombey, he has a son, Paul, and a daughter, Florence, and his wife passes away when Paul is very, very young, and just a matter of hours old. And so you really follow this family and get to see the family dynamics. And one of the major aspects of this story is that Mr. Dombey is so fixated on his son, Paul taking over the family business, you know, it's Dombey and Son, that he totally neglects Florence. It's like he can't even realize what a gem he has in this daughter. He's so fixated on this goal. He just can't notice this wonderful, wonderful child who's right there in front of him. And also a thing that Katie has talked about in this is that there are very exaggerated gender roles, which I really saw. Mr. Dombey is, you know, he has to be this strong male. And apparently being a strong male in the Victorian era means not having any emotions. It's this very like caricatured version of a male, and he tries to not feel anything. He's cold and he's harsh, and he doesn't know how to feel things. It's such a contrast to his daughter, Florence, who gives love so freely. She loves her father so dearly. It's like he can't handle it. He can't deal with it. Another thing that I really like about this, the nautical elements of this, there, you know, you can tell from the cover, there are going to be some, but one of the characters in particular is away on a ship for a while, and so you're getting some details about that, and so I think that's really nice when you read several stories from an author to have different elements in it. So I really appreciated the nautical element of that. Also, some other really great characters that I think stand out from his other books. Edith is Mr. Dombey's second wife, and she is so fascinating, just like Estella and Miss Havisham, except I think she's even more of a puzzle. She's not the warmest of characters, but she's truly honest, and there aren't many characters in this that are as honest as she is, and she is just so transparent, and it makes her so refreshing, and she shows kind of what a woman can be. She's calling out these different hypocrisies in Victorian society, and of the hypocrisies that marriage can sometimes be, and it's just really like, whoa, she just said that. A lot of people think that, but they don't say it, but she went there. So she's a really interesting character because she's not totally cold. She really loves Florence. She develops kind of a really remarkable relationship with Florence. So it's not that she's this totally cold person. It's like she's just sick of some of the ways that women are treated in Victorian society. Another really fascinating character is James Carker. And I could not make up my mind over whether he was good or bad. And especially you're seeing him in comparison to Mr. Dombey, who you just want to like slap upside the head. He can just be so frustrating. And so Carker is frustrating, but in a different way. And he can be creepy sometimes, like really sinister, but then other times he seems like he's like trying to make good decisions. And he has this really special and sweet relationship with his sister. So he's such a complicated character, and I love that about this story. And there are definitely some very sad moments in this. This is a Dickens that made me cry. Not all of them make me cry, and this one definitely made me cry. But then there are also so many funny moments and really, really moving moments, and good side characters as always in Dickens. Captain Cuddle and Mr. Toots are so funny, and what I love about his side characters, a way that Dickens, a tool that he uses to make them memorable, is to have certain very unique ways that they speak. Just like Samuel Weller in the Pickwick Papers. That's one of the things that honestly in my memory stays in the most from the Pickwick Papers is Samuel Weller, because he just has such a funny way of talking. And so Captain Cuddle and Mr. Toots both are just so amusing. Some of my favorite Dickens side characters. And then Florence has a nurse named Susan, who's kind of another mother figure to her. So all in all, just all of these elements combined make such a wonderful and lovely and exquisite Dickens novel. So I really do love Dombey and Son. And it was funny, I wasn't expecting to love it so much, but I found each day myself looking forward to reading the 2 chapters I was doing. And by the end of October, I was utterly just crushed that I had finished it. So yes, I really do recommend. I think I agree with Katie. This is highly, highly underrated. So we'll see. Our Mutual Friend is hers, and that I'm trying to read that this month. We'll see if Our Mutual Friend tops this. But for now, this is my favorite Dickens. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about this, and I will see you for another bookish video soon. Bye.